been enjoying watching the East by Southeast spoken word showcase thus far. We're still catching our breath from the last performance of Faylita Hicks. It was a very, very emotional time in the studio for everybody, so it took us a while to get ourselves collected. But we're back. Her performance was just, whew.
Yeah, it's stunning. She's an astounding artist.
Absolutely. And we were talking about how there's such a difference between performance pieces and pieces that are written and pieces that are book friendly. And you do a lot of pieces. How many? You have a book, is that correct?
I do. I have a book called 60, which contains 60 of my poems and 60 of my best friend Scout Stormcloud's photographs. And we did that a few years ago, and I'm collecting for another volume at this point.
I remember we were reading through your poetry the first year, and I enjoyed reading your poetry. It's so, it comes off of the paper.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
What did you bring to share with us today?
Well, I have several things. I have some love poems by popular request, and then some kind of more general philosophical and or political things to round it out with. It's
Can you elaborate a little bit on the philosophical? I minored in philosophy, so I'm always inquisitive.
Well, I have. I'm going to start off with a poem called "One Basket," which is about the concept of putting all one's eggs in one's basket, and sort of relating that to the universe. And then there's another one that I will wind up with, which is called "Be Safe," and it is a poem that has a certain political edge to it, but also concerns the concept that you can be safe in this world of ours if you just don't do anything and don't cross any lines and follow all the rules, etc. So I think that would be kind of fun.
You can be safe in this world if you don't.
If you just follow all the
gosh.
rules and are good.
And that's so true.
Yeah, right.
If you follow the rules, or if you don't do anything, you know. Sometimes when you put yourself out there,
I don't think there's any safety even then.
No.
But it's a concept that gets promoted, and so.
Like even us putting ourselves out there on television, you know, the safe thing would be to not do anything on television at all.
Absolutely don't do that.
But when you put yourself out there, there's a term that you know, urban folks use. It's called haters, and the haters come out of the woodworks, and people have things to say and stuff. So I like that.
Let them say it on public access.
It's better than not doing nothing at all.
That's
right?
what public access television is for. If you want to hate, you know, well, we won't let you do that.
Mariann's like, if you want to hate, what?
You bring it, you know.
So that's awesome. I'm going to love that piece. It's kind of a mantra I live by, actually. If you don't have any haters, you're not doing anything. Austin, Texas, Mariann Wizard.
Hey, thank you.
Hello, my name is Mariann Wizard, and I'm very happy to be here at East by Southeast. I'm going to start off with a poem called One Basket. I put all my eggs in one basket, time and time again, then dropped it, or had it snatched away, or carried it around for years before realizing that those eggs weren't ever going to hatch. But I only have the one basket, you see, and if I have any eggs at all, that is where I put them. What kind of a world is it where you need more than one basket for your eggs? Aren't we all eggs together in the one basket of God? Maybe not. Maybe God has taken the sage's advice. Maybe she has more than one basket. So yokes and yokels, don't let's be thinking that it's the end of the universe and therefore unthinkable if our world gets dropped or we never hatch into angels. The universe is redolent with redundance, doused in duplication, echoing with excess, and fertile with fail-safes. Only we are both dim and brash enough to put all of our eggs in one fragile basket. This is a poem that's kind of a work in progress. I like to always give y'all a little bit of a work in progress as well as some finished things, and this one may take a lifetime to complete. It's called What I Don't Understand About Men. I was a smart little girl. I caught on quick. 60-something years ago, if you didn't have a dick, you weren't going anywhere. So I set out to get one. not of my own, but by making friends with boys, nice ones or bad to the bone, hoping for a little loan. I didn't want to be left out of fun, risk, or adventure, but all of us girls skirted the edge of censure every time we left our homes. So I hung out with the boys, learned football, cars, and later on took off my clothes for those who went to jobs or wars and tried to dry their secret tears. But I didn't learn a thing about men, why they do what they do, or when that boyish frankness turned to guilty lies. What have you done, camarado, that you cannot meet my eyes? We're joined at the loin, navel, heart. Why must you stand apart? We should have stuck together, lads, and not let a genital difference persuade us of your strength or of my weakness. Where once I knew your scent, boy sweat, motor oil, last week's fishing trip, now you wear the air of the executioner after the silver is spent. Did you never see before how good you had it, never wonder at whose expense? Or did you think your birthing better than that of others across some man-made fence? As I explored the tomboy role, you could have seen your feminine side. You'd know it's okay to be penetrated, learn to relax and enjoy the ride. Now every line you draw in the sand divides you from yourself. The world is changing around you. You can't stop it, only a fool would try. But you don't like change. And I am made of it. No wonder we converse at cross purposes, mired in double entendres, as surely as U.S. troops are mired in Afghanistan, another tragedy in the making, fought by men who think they're saving woman's honor while they burn and bomb women's homes. You said you did everything back then for me, for us. Please, don't do it anymore.